barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget Patreon. Click the link in the description box. You can win 2 tickets to Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. And I'm gonna give away tickets probably to damn near every fight. So feel free to do that. And also you get my book. And if you follow me on Patreon, you probably should have made some money by now. I done gave you guys so many stock tips and how to make money. You should have gotten your $15 back immediately. But Town Biz sent me the video by Blue Blood. He did a live this morning, and he basically saying Terrence Crawford feels he's not getting the respect he deserves in the media. All right, you know I had to chime in on this, but if you're a Terrence Crawford fan and you're easily offended, or you're a weak ass man, you don't watch from this point forth. I'm telling you guys not to watch, so there's no reason for you to be negative in the comment section. So if you watch it, then you have every right to be offended, because I'm about to offend y'all insecure motherfuckers. All right? Now, I'm going to do a disclaimer. Not a disclaimer, but I'm going to preface this video before I get into what I need to get into with Terrence Crawford. The past 10 years of my life, I've had the opportunity to work for 2 major corporations, ESPN and work via Warner Brothers, right? Every time you work for a major corporation like that, it's a subsidy, right? So, obviously, white people, white men, Jewish men, people who control your career and navigate you, right? I turned down ESPN. ESPN would have been a great gig. If you would have been following me on social media, you probably would have been like, oh man, Fred has the greatest life ever because I'm taking pictures with everybody. I'm going to dinner with everybody. You know, that's cool. That's sexy, but that don't pay the bills, right? That don't keep me a man in my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? And fast forward to Warner Brothers. Turned down a multi-million-dollar deal with Warner Brothers. If you don't know, I own the rights to the Escobar family, and I own the merchandising rights, which is the biggest deal. That's how Star Wars make most of their money. And I did that on my own. And they tried to lowball me, and you guys get what I'm saying? So I said all that to say, I became worth millions without them. And more importantly, every time I unlock my door, which I'm about to do now, I just walk my son to school. I literally walk my son to school. It's 9:15 in the morning. I just got to finish walking my son to school. Now I'm about to go to the gym and work out for 4 hours and then start my work day. Right? So my work day starts around 1 o'clock after my handyman come back from lunch break. Right? And I said all that to say this. I became a millionaire, multi-millionaire, control my own life without a white man navigating it. Now, I wasn't perfect. I was young and dumb. I was a teacher and a trainer, and you know what I mean? So I had some decorum early on in my life. But the moment I found out I was the most important person in my life, that was the day I woke up. And I've been working towards this every day of my life. Every day of my life. Every day of my life. I'm not perfect, but that's who I am as a person. Now, I said all that to say this. Terrence Crawford, first of all, I understand what you guys are doing. You and Bob Arum are playing good cop, bad cop to galvanize and to take the pressure off of you. I've been in media too long, and I understand people because through yourself you know others, right? So I understand human characteristics, human behavior. I'm no psychologist. I'm just a 40-year-old man that's lived 40 years of his life, right? And so I fully grasp and understand what you and Bob Arum are doing. You realize the report card came back on you and it wasn't what you wanted, right? You're not getting the respect you deserve. And Bob Arum is kind of upset, or you're more upset that the game plan didn't come out the way you wanted it to come out. People, I thought you put on a great performance, well above average. I made money on your performance. I made about $1,000 off your performance, like 9 and some change or something like that. So I'm not complaining. Congratulations, you helped make me close to $1,000. I had to put up a lot of money though, but I had no doubt you were gonna win. All right, now, the good cop, bad cop don't work with me, and hopefully it don't work with other media outlets, all right? You have to own every word you say and own every action you take. You and Bomac has been bragging and boasting about making $3.5 million a fight, being in control of your life. Ha 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 ha. Errol Spence is living paycheck to paycheck. But the one thing Floyd Mayweather says, which all fighters need to fully grasp and understand, I work for me. I signed my own checks. You saw that $100 million check he signed to himself? That was from him. That was from Floyd Mayweather to Floyd Mayweather. And that's what you're not understanding, Team Crawford, Bud Crawford, Bomac. You don't work for you. Bomac is begging Tyler Buff to make the fight. Terrence Crawford isn't getting the respect he feels he deserves. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. You're a company man. The only people you need to satisfy is people at ESPN. You're never going to get the respect from the people if you don't fight the people. You don't fight the fights people want you to fight. All right? So at the end of the day, man, I have no remorse. I have no remorse for your actions. I think everything you're doing and what you're saying, you've brought upon yourself. And that's simply the case, man. And I'll go a step further with your comment. I don't like when you were a dog all week, right? You were a dog all week for this fight and for this camp, all right? And yet you wasn't a dog in the face of the storm. You leaned back and became a poodle because you're not getting the respect you deserve. You got to live with that. You got to live with your actions. You got to live with your results. Wow. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I have no remorse for you. I don't feel sorry for you at all. And every grown man out there shouldn't feel sorry for Terrence Crawford. This is grown man business, right? This is I own my own life type of business. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, shit, the alarm is on. At the end of the day, one second, guys. At the end of the day, you deserve everything you're getting. You're getting your $3.5 million. We all know that's not what you take home. It's probably, these are career earning days for you. And at the end of the day, you got to maximize who you are in Omaha. You understand what I'm saying? We don't care that you're begging for we want you to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence, we want you to fight Terrence Crawford. All right? And if you don't give us that fight, charging my headphones. This is my warrior kit right here. Now I can go to war now. That's my headset because they play that Mexican music in the gym. And I'm about to go to war. All right. Excuse me one second, guys. Gotta get organized and get my stuff ready for the gym. So Terrence, everything you say and do from this point forth, you have to own it. Everything you say and do, you have to be your own businessman. You have to hold yourself accountable. And I would say this to every man out there. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care what you do in life. I don't care if you're a lawyer, doctor, teacher. At the end of the day, you got to own yourself. And the moment you give up ownership and give it to the hands of someone else, you can never live your best life, as that song would have it. So this is going to offend a lot of people. This is going to offend. Like Jay-Z says, I created title and made my own waves. You understand? That went over everyone's head. You understand? People want to brag and boast about doing better and signing with Apple and signing with Spotify and signing with XYZ. But at the end of the day, his take home is 100%. He negotiates your percentages. And that's what you could have did. You could have did a fight-by-fight basis with ESPN, kept the pressure on him, See, y'all bashing LeBron James. LeBron James had a player option on every fucking year the second time he went back to Cleveland. Why? To keep the pressure on him. He signed a 4-year deal with a player option on every year that he was there the second time he was there. To keep the pressure on the motherfuckers. He didn't really trust Dan Gilbert, but he loved this city that much that he came back. He did that for the people, man. He didn't come back because he loved Dan Gilbert and no, that was more for him, his legacy, and the promises he made to himself as a man. And the reason why they traded Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love is because, guess what? LeBron James has a player option on every year, and you don't want him to leave. Because if he leaves, you know what happens to downtown Cleveland? It turns into a fucking ghost town. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of moving going on. Hey, give me a second. I got take my jacket off. Okay, so we ready to rock and roll. So at the end of the day, we got to respect a guy like LeBron James and what he's done. And Terrence Crawford, you should take notes from that. You should have listened to the Al Heyman motto. But that's neither here nor there now. Every fighter, big time fighter over the past 10 years that's been with Bob Arum has left Bob Arum. Mikey Garcia set out 2 years of his career so he wouldn't sign with him, man. And this is tough love. I don't care about how many dislikes I get in this video. I don't care about how many likes, because I know trusting and believing in yourself works. I know it. It's not about the money, guys. It's about happiness. It's about joy. About how much joy can you produce in your life on your own. Not how much joy you can produce by going to a concert and going to church or going to an amusement park. How much joy can you personally produce out of yourself to be happy? And Terrence Crawford, honestly, is living in a microwave. He's fighting in a microwave. You understand? He ain't got... The oxygen is shrinking. You understand? In the court of public opinion, he's guilty. He didn't call out Earl Spence. All we want is Earl Spence. And I'm going to respectfully be aggressive with Earl Spence when I see him the week of the week of Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. I have a great deal of respect for Earl Spence, but we all know what's going on in the welterweight division, and this is the only fight that we can possibly get. Honestly, I don't know if the fight is possible. You understand? I said the fight wouldn't happen until 2020, just based off of my common sense, right? As Steven Jackson say, first team, all common sense. My first team, all common sense, spider sense, tells me the fight can't happen until 2020. I don't mind being wrong on that, but I just believe it can't happen until at least 2020. But this is about being a man. This is about manhood. This is about being an alpha male in every example in life. Every component of your life, you got to be a man. And I don't respect the fact that he says he's complaining about not getting the respect from the fans when he built this mantra. I'm not talking to the media. I'm going to walk away from the media. Listen, every time you publicly walk away from a media outlet and they post it, that's 20,000 people, 30,000 people. You done said, done kind of went cool on you. Like I said, I can care less if I interview with Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna have so much joy whether I interview Terrence Crawford or not. I'm gonna be rich whether I'm interview Terrence Crawford or not. And more importantly, I'm gonna be fucking happy. My happiness meter isn't predicated upon interviewing Terrence Crawford or anybody in boxing. I do this out of the love. I'm probably still in the red because the money I get from YouTube, I donated to my community. I donate everything y'all give me on YouTube. I donate it. So I'm probably still in the red in terms of covering boxing, but I love this shit. I love it. I do it from a passionate perspective. This is my entertainment money. I don't mind spending a couple of grand on boxing money if I have to travel and go to New York, and you know what I mean? I don't mind that. I genuinely don't mind it. All right? So at the end of the day, Terrence Crawford, only Terrence Crawford will understand what the fuck I'm saying right now. You will never have a peace of mind until you take control of your career. And every king out there listening to me, you will never have a peace of mind until you take control of your career. And be a man in every phase of your life. Don't tuck your tail. When y'all get on me on YouTube, when y'all thought I was, when we was building up the Garcia Porter fight, y'all were getting out in. I didn't say, I didn't get online and say, I'm sorry guys, I'm begging for my forgiveness. No, I took it on the chin and kept it pushing. You understand what I'm saying? I told you what I was doing, y'all. If you didn't believe it, it was okay. But I'm going to be a man in every phase of my life. That door I just unlocked, that took 35. I didn't get the house I was 35. It took 35 years for me to get it. All right? Nothing happens overnight. Joy doesn't happen overnight. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. It took me years to fully understand, and I need you guys to understand this. There is more joy being at home than being in the streets. Whether I'm chasing money or doing what I need to do, it took me 38 years to fully understand that. You understand? Like, I was going out every night, from movies, movie premieres, hanging out with celebrities, especially in the summertime when the basketball players come home in town. Oh man, every night of the week I can hang out with the basketball players. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not there anymore. You understand? My mindset ain't there anymore. I love being home now. I'm home a lot. You understand? I want to be home to read books to my kids, and that's what the point I'm trying to make. It takes time for your plan to work. It takes longer. I wish I was a millionaire in my 20s. Like, for real, I wish I was. But there's a difference between having $1 million and being worth millions. You understand? There's a difference in that. All right? You probably gotta roll up these windows. And I want you guys to fully grasp and understand that there's a difference. All right? And Terrence Crawford, your game plan will work once you grab your career by the horns. People are not going to respect you if you don't talk to them. People are just going to believe me. Or people are just going to believe other social media outlets or newspaper outlets. Dan Raphael, who has you number 2 behind Lomachenko, who's only fought 12 fights. How can you trust him and he has you behind a man who's fought 12 fights and lost 1, and you're undefeated, 31, 32 years old, and unify the division, and you're going to Dan Raphael? That's the biggest clown move. That's the biggest clown move I could think of. That's like me going to Top Rank, and I won't go there. But anyways, man, this is the hard, stone cold truth to all my men out there. We gotta be men, and you gotta live with your actions. You must live with your actions. Terrence Crawford, you made your bed, now sleep in it. And I have no personal qualms about you. If you go fight that Russian or that white dude, I'm going to take $5,000 out of my account to win $1,000. Or whatever it takes. I'm going to take $8,000 out of my account to win $1,000. Because you're going to beat his ass too. Alright? I'm just being real with you. You're going to be 8-1, 9-1, 10-1. I don't know what the odds going to be. I'm going to take it. I'm just being real with you. So I have no ill will towards you, but I can't respect the man who's not living, or mad at the fact he's mad at us for the actions he's taking. That's like your cousin coming home from jail every fucking time and blaming the system. Motherfucker, you done been to jail twice already. You know how this world is gonna treat you. You know your ass is on parole. Stop fucking up. Alright? Mom is tired of pulling the equity out on her house, paying for your fucking lawyer. Alright? Grandma's tired. Grandma's 74 years old, man. She don't want to live with that stress. She don't want to spend her weekends on a fucking $35 bus, going up the 5-hour bus ride, going up to see you and visit you, reading you the Bible and praying for you, son and grandson. Let grandma live in peace. Own your actions. If you picked up the gun and shot somebody, it's your fault. Alright? Whatever you did, if you went to the bank and robbed, whatever you did, adversity, if you do something positive, if you went to college and got your degree as opposed to living on your block doing a thing, and those are, if that's the results you want, or you saved up the money you worked as a kid and you opened up your own barbershop, I respect that. Live with your results. Results are never pending. That's what people don't understand. 9 out of 10 times results are never pending. You save $10,000, how much money do you have? $10,000. All right? You live right, you do right, guess what? People treat you right. And those are the stone cold, hard-boiled, true facts. All right? I don't like a man who says, oh, you mad at me, you don't like me, I'm doing the right thing. You ain't doing the right thing, Terrence Crawford. You're hiding behind ESPN and Bob Arum. You don't talk to media, and you never yet mentioned Earl Spence's name in public. But yet you want to call Adrian Broner a groupie, but you don't want to say Earl Spence's name. Right? When you go to church, what name do God want you to say? God and Jesus, right? Right? When the plumbing breaks down, what name do you want to call? The fucking plumber, right? When boxing fans want you to fight the best, what's his name? Earl the Truth Spence. And the same holds true for Earl Spence. You got to call Terrence Crawford's name. So at the end of the day, it ain't no joke, it ain't shit, but just live with the results. That's all I'm saying. Live with your results. People are, I'm not, listen, I will never ever, I have empathy because I'm a black man, so I will always have, my spirit of empathy as a black man will always resonate with people. But when you're a millionaire and you make 10-cent moves and 10-cent decisions, you should have went with a one-fight deal with, what's the guy? Al Heyman, and see how it felt. You don't like him? Do a one-fight deal with the other guy in the UK. See how it felt. Do a one-fight deal with Top Rank. See how it felt. And after those 3 fights, you make your decision. Because at the end of the day, that's basically doing a 3-year bid in the NBA on 3 one-year contracts, or a 3-year deal with the player option. That's what LeBron did. Dan Gilbert, you're going to make sure you're going to re-sign J.R. Smith. You're going to re-sign Kevin Love. You're going to give Tristan Thompson this money. Oh, you ain't going to give it to him? Okay, I ain't coming back next year. Oh, but wait. Dan Gilbert made the mistake knowing LeBron James was leaving. He should have sold the team 3rd year. He should have sold the team the year before, because he would have got maximum dollar, but he didn't want to do it. So, I mean, he's having so much fun. He owns so much of Detroit. It's ridiculous. You understand? I'm talking about my personal business, but you know, I'm delving into that Detroit market. You know what I mean? So, but anyhow, it's on you. And the results of me never drinking, never smoking, never. If I had to borrow money from Peter, I had to borrow money from Paul, but I paid them back, so I can walk these streets free. You understand what I'm saying? I can keep my gun in the safe. I ain't got to worry about taking my gun out in the safe. You understand what I'm saying? It stays in the safe. Why? Because you know why? My character precedes me. All right? And at the end of the day, that's what we all got to be in every composite of our life, is a man. And this video is going to offend some of y'all, because some of y'all make irrational decisions and then blame other people. Nah, fuck that. Own who you are. Own who you are. All right? You get more respect that way. All right, I'm going to go now. Y'all have a fucking fantastic day. Don't forget Patreon. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. I'm going to be giving away tickets to that fight. I may give away tickets if I can make it, that fight in New York. Coming up end of December. Adrian Broner, Manny Pacquiao. I'll give out tickets to that fight too. I'll give tickets. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give tickets to every fight. So we moving forward. So anyways, man. Barbershop conversations. All my Terrence Crawford lovers. This message is bigger than Terrence Crawford, but Terrence Crawford really, really needs to hear this message. His team needs to hear this message. Own who you are. Invest that. You're probably taking home $2.1, $2.2 million. Invest. If you made 3.5, 3.6, you're gonna pay everybody out, paid your taxes, paid Bob Arum. Invest that shit in yourself. Spend $100,000 a year on a PR team. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure the PR team is in a big city. Not in the small town of Omaha. You already conquered that. Make sure the team is in New York or LA, because that's where all the media is. And make sure they build up your profile. You spend $100,000 on your career. You know what I mean? Start talking to media outlets. All right? Call whoever you need to call and do interviews once every 2 weeks. You understand? So, and reach out to the people that look like you too, Terrence. I've never seen you do an interview more than 10 minutes with anybody. I mean, if you're not in front of the podium doing a post-fight or a pre-fight press conference, I've never seen you do more than a 10-minute interview. You got to get better at it. Own who you are. Your shortcomings is at the end of the day results of short in profits. And I'm not talking about just in financial capital. I'm talking about in fan appeal capital. You're in the twilight of your career, and I think you finally accepted it, and it's not working out for you. You're not maximizing everything. And there's some things in my life where I'm not maximizing out, and I fully understand that. And I'm not perfect. So, it is what it is. But I tell you what, that door I just unlocked, that home is worth over $1 million. It didn't happen overnight. I didn't buy it for $1 million. It was a game plan. I bought that house for about $600,000. Now it's worth over $1 million. So you know what I do with the equity? Pull it out, buy an apartment building, pull out some more equity, buy another apartment building, and keep it pushing. That's life. It took me years to build up the money and the knowledge to go out and buy that, to have that type of game plan. It takes time. I'm 40 years old and I'm living my best life. Finally, I finally have joy. I've had money for a long time. I have the ability to earn money, but this equity I have in joy right now, it's priceless. And you're never gonna have joy, Terrence Crawford, if you feel you're not getting the respect you deserve. Because it's gonna bother you. It's gonna bother you that Terrence Crawford is gonna have 40, 50 interviews up the next fight week that PBC has. It's gonna bother you that he's gonna dominate the narrative. But like you said, like I believe, and like Bo Mack reiterated and said in so many words, Team Crawford is hiding behind or employed by Top Rank and ESPN. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Floyd Mayweather signed that $100 million check to himself. Y'all can call Floyd Mayweather broke. Y'all can call Floyd Mayweather he ain't what he ain't. But let me tell you this. He convinced $4.7 million people to hit that send button on that fucking remote. He convinced 4.6 people against Conor McGregor that he was a viable opponent. In 2 fights, he made a lifetime of money. When did it happen? In his late 30s. You got to trust the game plan, Terrence Crawford. Guys, you got to trust your game plan in life. It may not happen when you want it to happen. And in some ways, I'm happy. Because in some ways, I want to be a news reporter, be in front. I don't want to be a news reporter. I want to navigate how I want to navigate. I love the fact that I have the right to choose what fight I want to cover. I can go to any fight in the world, and I love the fact that I can cover any fight that I want to cover. So at the end of the day, don't forget, Floyd Mayweather got his money between 36 and 39. All right, 36 and 40, let's say. He didn't get the money that he was working towards. And I mean, he was a millionaire, like you, Terrence Crawford. You're a millionaire. It worked. The game plan worked. But I'm talking about that lifetime, that 300-year money, that 400-year money that the Mayweathers will enjoy. He got it between the ages of 36 and 40. So trust your game plan. First, you got to create a game plan. First, you got to believe and trust yourself before you create that game plan. Anyways, barbershop conversations, man. I'm about to pull up at this gym. I'm going ham today. It's Monday, but I didn't really gain no weight this weekend. I'm 163 right now, which is great. You know what I mean? So if I start the week at 163, I'm gonna go down to 158. I'll probably be about 7% body fat by the end of the week. In shape, Hopefully my jab hand looks a little better. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more crisper. You know what I mean? So I'm just pulling up at the gym now. So, but now I know how long it takes me. It literally takes me 30 minutes to walk back from taking Lincoln to school and get to the gym. It takes literally 30 minutes. I know, because that's the length of the video. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I love you. This is a message out of love. People are going to say that's condescending. Listen, I don't hate no man. It takes too much energy to hate, and that takes away from my growth, and that takes away from me being great personally. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. No man should ever tuck their tail for no man. No other man should ever sell their greatness to another man. All right, own your greatness, own your life, own every moment of your life. I holla, peace.